anticipate, a hen harrier came hunting down the burn not 20 metres from the door. Not many people have a hen harrier in the garden. Hen harriers are fairly rare in the UK, with slightly over 100 breeding couples, mostly in the Scottish Highlands. They are slightly smaller and much lighter than buzzards and inhabit desolate terrain. Male hen harriers, seen from below, look like ghosts. Pure white, except for their grey heads, but with very distinct black wingtips. They hunt low and glide with their wings held in a shallow V. Powerful hunters, beautiful, free. I do not see them very often, but the first time I came to the ruined shepherd's house, which is now, today, my new home, there was a pair sitting on the dry stone dyke. They speak to me of the great silence of the hills. They welcome me into that silence. The silent bird goes off about his own silent business, just clearing the rise to the west and vanishing as suddenly as he came. Briefly, I feel that he has come this morning to welcome me, and I experience a moment of fierce joy, but it rumbles gently down to a more solid contentment. There are lots of things that I ought to be getting on with, but I light a cigarette and go on sitting on my doorstep. It is surprisingly warm for October. We had the first frost last week, light-fingered on the car windscreen. I think about how beautiful it is, and how happy I am. Then I think how strange it is, how strange that I should be so happy sitting up here in the silent golden morning, with nothing in my diary for the next fortnight, and no one coming, and me going nowhere, except perhaps into the hills or down the coast to walk, and to Mass on Sundays. I find myself trying to think through the story of how I come to be here, and why I want to be here. And it is strange. I have lived a very noisy life. As a matter of fact, we all live very noisy lives. Noise pollution has settled down into the ecological agenda nearly as firmly as all the other forms of pollution that threaten our well-being and safety. But for everyone who complains about RAF low-flying training exercises, ceaseless background music in public places, intolerably loud neighbours and drunken brawling on the streets, there are hundreds who know they need a mobile phone, who choose to have incessant sound pumping into their environment, their homes and their ears, and who feel uncomfortable or scared when they have to confront real silence. Communication, which always means talk, is the sine qua non of good relationships. Alone and lonely have become almost synonymous. Worse, perhaps, silent and bored seem to be moving closer together too. Children disappear behind a wall of noise, their own TVs and computers in their own rooms. Smoking carriages on trains have morphed into quiet zones, but even the people sitting in them have music plugged directly into their ears. We all imagine that we want peace and quiet, that we value privacy, and that the solitary and silent person is somehow more authentic than the same person in a social crowd, but we seldom seek opportunities to enjoy it. We romanticize silence on the one hand, and on the other feel that it is terrifying, dangerous to our mental health, a threat to our liberties, and something to be avoided at all costs. My life has also been noisy in a more specific way. Because of an odd conjunction of class, history, and my parents' personal choices, I had an unusually noisy childhood. I was born in 1950, the second child and oldest girl in a family of 6. The first 5 of us were born within 6.5 years of each other. If you asked my mother why she had so many children...